Hi guys, welcome back. Today's look, I initially was talking about doing a bridal look. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bridal look, but I think this is definitely a look that if you're used to wearing a little bit more makeup, it could definitely be a bridal look, because I feel like after I started doing it, I was like, but I'd already started it, and I was like, well, I think somebody who doesn't really wear a lot of makeup this might be too much. But like I had said in the video, you could just use lighter colors. I wanted to use this Makeup Geek Matrix palette with the colors. So to me, it's a natural, like, bridal or like everyday kind of pretty look. But for someone who's getting married who really doesn't wear a lot of makeup, the colors might be a little bit more intimidating than you normally would wear. So you just wear like lighter browns or something, or more neutrals. But other than that, just the shimmer on the lid, the little soft touch of dark on the outside, natural kind of lashes. I feel like it's a really pretty bridal look. So yeah, if you want to see how I get this look, please keep watching. Okay guys, so I'm starting this one out with, I usually do my brows anyways, but I did want to let you know that brows are a huge thing to remember when doing bridal makeup. You don't want anything that's trendy, because if you look back at your wedding pictures and your makeup is in a trend form, you're going to be disappointed. And what I mean by that, the brows that I have been doing are more brow-like. You can see the hairs. Sometimes I like them more structured, or I'll actually tweeze off the top right here. Do you see how you can see some little hairs kind of coming up? I'm doing that on purpose. I'm using the little Got To Be glued spiking glue. It's in hair gel actually, and I brush it up before I put my powder and my pencil on, and that just basically keeps that in that shape. I also used to get that same effect with the Urban Decay Brow Endowed, and that has a little gel on the other side too that does that as well. It holds it up, but this one holds it up even more. And as well as, like, if you do like that soap brow technique, it really like sticks your brows up like that. So that's kind of what I'm enjoying right now. But if I was to do this brow and then later on be like, oh, I wanted them thinner, or I want them, or just more structured and more like blocked off, then you might be disappointed. So just do a brow that you normally wear for yourself. This shape is always my same shape, but like I said, I've been enjoying more of the little hair look. So that's one thing to remember for yourself, or for your makeup artist who does your makeup for your wedding. Other than that, I'm gonna do just like kind of like a classic style look for makeup, but the colors I'm gonna use are a little bit more colorful than I normally would wear. Normally you'd just do like real like light browns and neutrals for a wedding. So I wanted to use this palette today, but I feel like I could still achieve like a classic kind of look just using these colors here. So what I'm gonna do first is take this color right here, and I'm gonna use that as my transition color. You can see all my discoloration in my skin right now, and that's because I'm gonna do my foundation, just because there's something I wanna show you that's really nice for when I didn't wanna have my foundation done already, because I wanna show you what I like for makeup for weddings. FYI, my skin looks way worse on camera than it does in person, if you can believe it. It looks like, because of the lighting, everything is being like magnified, because when I'm looking at myself in my regular mirror here, it does not look that bad, but in the camera, oh my god. Next I'm going to take this color here. It's like a nice little orange color. Like I told you guys, this is that Makeup Geek new Matrix palette. This is all the colorful one. But this particular, I don't know, it's just this color. But the color I'm using right now, a lot of kickback is coming up on this color, like in the pan, like it's just like, it's very dusty. But I love the color itself. Now just looking at it now, this particular look right here, I feel like it would be maybe too dramatic for someone who's not used to wearing makeup. So you can take the same techniques that I'm using and use lighter colors. For me, this is not going to be dramatic for me. So I would wear this look, and it's still considered neutral for me. So, but if you are not used to wearing a lot of color or makeup for that matter, just bring these colors that I'm using just in lighter tones. So next I'm going to take this reddish kind of color right here. It's like a reddish orange. And I'm going to take a little bit smaller of a brush and just start working that right on the outer part of my eye. Again, I haven't done my foundation or concealer, so it's going to get a little messy out here, but that's okay because we're going to clean it up. I'm just concentrating it right here at the bottom, and then I'm bringing it up into the crease just on the outer part. And then go back with that brush and blend it out. This one had that second color on there. And the next color I'm going to use is a dark brown, which they don't have in this palette because it's all like purples and reds and stuff. So I'm just going to take this little dark brown. It's actually from Nars, and it's called Coconut Grove. And I'm taking it on this small little brush right here. And I'm going to concentrate this at the very bottom lash line. And instead of me like bringing it into the crease, I'm going to take that last brush that I used and softly blend it up into that other colors. So basically it is mixing into the crease. I'm not taking the brush with the color on it, bringing it up. I don't know if that makes sense, but I basically just want a soft blend up into there. I don't want like a harsh color up there. And then do that to the other side. Okay, the next thing I want to do is take this really pretty shimmery, it actually kind of looks pink, but it's actually more of like a coral. And I'm going to take it just with my finger. I'm just swirling it onto my finger, and I'm just going to press it onto the lid. You don't want anything too glittery, like with chunks of glitter. This is just a really pretty shimmer. And as I'm placing it on, it seems pretty bright, but it does soften. I've used this color before, so it just gives that kind of, you know, just on the eyelid when you look down. So it's not like in your face when your eyes open, especially when I'm gonna have lashes on, you won't see it as much. But when I look down for pictures or just looking down, you know, you'll see it. You can definitely use a brush, but these are so like a creamy kind of pigment that's why I'm using it with my finger. And then just go back with your brush to kind of blend out that so it doesn't leave like a really harsh edge. Okay, so I do want to use a liquid liner on the top, and that's because with most bridal makeups, you're gonna wear lashes. Your makeup artist will put lashes on you, because even if you don't wear lashes every day, unless you have really nice full lashes, wear a very lightweight lash if you're not used to wearing lashes at all. It really just finishes that look. I remember the difference from when I worked at Chanel Cosmetics and MAC. When I would do the makeup, it just looked so unfinished until I put that lash on. Working at MAC, they encouraged us to put them on them because then they would buy those lashes, but it made the look. So I'm just gonna put the liquid liner on. This one is a pen liner from Ciate. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on really quick. Okay, I didn't do any kind of crazy wing or anything. I just kind of flicked it out on the side a little bit, because then it will, like I said, with the lashes, it'll really cover that lash band, and it'll just make the eye stand out a little bit more. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my little cotton pad, and this is what I used for my toner. So it's still a little damp, and I'm just gonna clean up underneath my eye. And you just don't wanna use anything harsh, so I'm just using that and just get all that cleaned up. Okay, so now the next thing I'm gonna do is do my concealer and everything like that. Kind of zoom back out a little bit. Yeah, my skin looks really bad close up because the lighting makes me look super orange. So yeah, so it looked worse than it really is. But anyways, I'm going to use my Becca brightening corrector, which gets rid of these dark circles that I have. I'm gonna do right on the inner corner of my eye. And then you can just kind of buff it in a little bit. But then take your, I have my Real Technique sponge and just kind of blend that in a little bit. I wanted to show you this stuff that I got, and I don't use it every day, and I probably should because it works really well. It leaves a really beautiful glow to your skin. So I feel like if you're definitely doing a bridal makeup, this is great. Now this is from Niod. It's called the Photography Fluid. It is an advanced colorless priming fluid. I'm not going to read all this stuff, but it contains technology to make skin appear better, specifically in photographs. It has like a little dropper. I'm only going to put a little bit, but I'll put a little bit on my forehead first so you can kind of see like what it does, but it literally gives like a glow to the skin. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm just going to put this all over. Don't know if you can see what it actually does, but it does leave a really pretty glow and sheen on the skin. And when I've used this in the past, it's just something that I'm not going to do every day, but if I really want my makeup to look really good and I want it to look dewy, I use this. Because I want extra shine, I'm going to take this Becca Shimmering Skin Perfecting Fluid, and this also has like a shimmer to it, so I'm going to just put this on the high points of my face. And this is all before my foundation, as you can see. So it's kind of gonna like shine from within. And I'm sorry about this nasty thing right here, but I like picked it and it's good. I never break out, but I think it's, I'm gonna say, I have to, look at how dewy my skin looks right now. I'm gonna say that it's this makeup that I've been using, this Il Makiage. I haven't had a problem with my skin, and I've only worn that like 3 times, and I like the look of it, but I think it makes me break out. So I'm gonna try not to use it and see if maybe that's what it was. So from this part on, it's gonna be the same foundation, contouring, and all that. I just wanted to show you those skin products just because you want something really dewy underneath to really make your skin glowy. You don't want to have like a mask kind of looking face, like real matted out. So that's why I wanted to show you that, to give it a really nice dewy underneath so your kind of skin glows from within. And then everything else will be the same as far as foundation and contouring and stuff like that. And I do have other videos showing that. I feel like even if you don't wear contour on a daily, for bridal, you probably should, because you want your pictures to really stand out as far as like your structure of your face, because sometimes when you take pictures, the lighting will wash out your contours and you'll look flat. So even just a slight contouring would be good for bridal. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the camera, do my foundation and contour, and I'll come back for the rest of the eyes. Okay, so I'm back to that point again. I have my foundation, my contour, my bronzer. So I was able to cover up that blemish that I had that was right here. And what I used for that was, I have this Studio Direct Cosmetics. It's actually a foundation, but I got this online a long time ago. It's called a Professional Total Corrector. And I've had it for years because I literally only use it when I have like a blemish that I'm trying to cover up. So when you're trying to cover a blemish, use a concealer because it's a little thicker and more opaque than your foundation. Put that on first and then put your foundation on. And then if you need a little bit more, you can put a little bit on and then just kind of blend it in together. But the main thing to remember is to make sure that it is the same exact color as your skin. Do not make it darker, do not make it lighter, because then you're just gonna emphasize it. So make sure it's the exact color of your skin. So the next thing I'm gonna do, as usual, is go ahead and go underneath my eyes, because I'm gonna have some shadow under my eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and bake again. And this is the Patrick Star from MAC. So I'm gonna take like a little fluffy brush. We're gonna go back again into those colors. I'm gonna go ahead and dip into this color here, which was the first color that we used. And I'm just gonna kind of work that onto my eye. I don't wanna go too dramatic because obviously, like we said, this is more of a, you know, you don't want a trendy makeup, but this, you're not really gonna see a lot of this color right here because I'm gonna cover it with the brown. So I'm just gonna, you know, loosely kind of blend it down. but don't go too far down to where it makes it really dramatic. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Jaclyn Hill JH39 brush, which is like a little pencil brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and right now and just dip into that dark brown. I'm just gonna use 2 colors. And then I'll just blend that on the outer part of the eye. And go back with that. Don't add any more color, but just blend them together. Now, one thing for a bridal makeup, you don't want to be too like heavy, so I'm going to use this pencil from Tarte, and it's called Fake Awake. So it's kind of like a flesh tone. It's not white going in the eyes. It's just really like flesh tone. So I'm just gonna like take away the redness out of the eye right here, and it just kind of whitens and brightens up the eye. I'm going to use another Tarte item. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea little palette. It's an eyeshadow palette, but it's all these shimmery colors. And I just use this for like inner corner highlight or highlights. So I'm going to go ahead and take the lightest color here, and I'm just going to put that in the inner corner of my eye. Just brighten up the tear duct. And I'm going to go ahead and just take my MAC 272, it's an angled fluffy brush, dip into that same color, and just go right in that little top highlight, into the top very high point of your arch, and just highlight that little arch right there. And that's just going to give a little bit of see a little bit of difference. It's not, oh my God, you got a stark highlight. It's just emphasizing just the little under corner of my brow. Now I'm gonna go ahead and dust away this powder. You wanna set your foundation now, and I'm gonna use the Morphe and Jefree Star spray. And then I'm just gonna add my highlight. And today, just because I haven't used it for a while, I'm going to use for my highlighter is the Ofra, and this is the highlighter in Everglow. And it has a dark and some light. I'm going to mix the 2 lighter colors together, and this is a really pretty highlighter. Take a I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the camera and do my lashes and my lips, and I'll come back with the finish. I'm back with my lips and my lashes on. So for lips, it's funny, I'm actually using what I used for my own wedding 15 years ago. So I know they don't make the same exact lip liner anymore because I checked online from Chanel.com. This is called Nude. It might even be the same color because they do have a lip pencil in the shade Nude. So it might be the same, but I think it's a different formula. So it might be a little different, but I'm pretty sure because this was so popular, it's probably the same kind of color. It's just a very light, plummy color. And I paired it with MAC Viva Glam 5. I have a few of these. It's my favorite color. It's I really don't wear it. I don't wear it a lot, but it's like a pinky plum, and it's so pretty. So I actually wore this on my wedding day. I don't remember what gloss I used. I actually had somebody do my makeup for my wedding because she's one of my very good friends. We worked together, and she's pretty much the only person I trusted to do my makeup because I knew I'd be nervous on my own wedding day. And so I love the way she did my makeup, but I don't know what gloss she used. But I just used today the Dazzle Glass from MAC. So yeah, for lashes, I used the Ardell Wispies. They're the faux ones though, so they're a little bit more, I think I've mentioned them in a video before. I love the Ardell Demi Wispies, but the faux ones are a little fuller. Same length though, because these are short enough to where I can actually wear my glasses over them if I want to. So they're definitely not as dramatic as I normally like to wear. You guys know I wear like really full lashes, but this is a perfect lash for a wedding because it's not too dramatic. It's just perfect. But yeah, I feel like the makeup is definitely not a trendy makeup. The color, like I said, might be a little bit more than you would normally wear for for a wedding, but if you're used to wearing makeup, I think this is plenty strong enough for a bridal look for you. I just thought it would be fun to do another look, and this is definitely something that I feel like a lot of people could wear all the time, but it's definitely something if you're looking for something for an upcoming wedding. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.